Hi guys, happy Wednesday. We are going to play with Nailbayo today. Hi. Hello. Hello everybody. Thanks for hopping on. I'm sure you've seen a couple things that they've just released, but we're going to go over the shiny magnets and also her new silver metallic liquid gel. You guys know this brand, you love it. Hi guys. It's always so soft and feminine. The colors are always like very, very, very delicate colors, right? So this time, there's 8 of these. There's 8 in this collection. You can buy them individually from Sweetie Nail Supply. Hi. And they are a mix of like a glitter with a really subtle magnet. They're very, very subtle. Very, very pretty. You can get some really soft effects. And the nice thing about the glitter being incorporated in the cat eye is if your nail is not in the activated cat eye area, you're still going to see all that twinkling, right? So it's really, really pretty. Really, really soft. We're just going to do a couple examples today. And you know we're going to grab her nudie gels because they're so good. We all know them, love them, are addicted to them. And they pair so beautifully with her other products. So you can use any of your Nailbayo products together, right? You need this with your set of collection. Yes, if you are a fan, always when they have something new, definitely check it out. Here, let me see if I can find you guys on my other account. By the way, guys, I'm Lauren. I'm Inspo by Nails. I should be able to find us live on Sweeties, and then I can join us on another phone so I can see everybody and look to my left and see if there's any comments. But just to get us started, just take a look at these. See, so they are twinkly. I feel like, and I haven't turned on the flash with these, but there might be some flash particles in here too. But it's all super subtle. I don't have it, but also if you wanted to get just the shiny part, just the glitter part, she has a shiny gel. So it kind of coordinates with these, and you could use it underneath any of your cat eye, especially glass cat eye, that you can see when you turn it, that you'll see those beautiful shifts of light, right? So here, let's take a nudie gel. This is Nudie Violet. Her syrups are so good and so soft, so subtle. And we're just going to do a coat of this, and then we'll use the violet shiny magnet just at the base. So when you have a glitter cat eye, the glitter is going to interfere with the cat eye pull a little bit. And this one's a very soft pull. There's not a ton of magnetic particles in there, so it's not going to be like a strong cat eye, which is nice for subtle looks. Because sometimes cat eyes are so strong they can be a little distracting, right? Sometimes. All right, let's just cure this. But her nudie gels are always like streak-free. They're always so, so pretty. And we're definitely going to use the silver and everything because it's so cool, you guys. Ugh. Look at that. Look at it. It's got a really great consistency. It's not too thick and it's not too thin either. I know the biggest question is, does it dull when you put top coat on? I mean, all of them do a tiny, tiny bit, but not much. Okay, it looks really good and it still looks really metallic. It is a really, really, really lovely consistency. What did I do? Shake my jar up or something? Maybe. But it's really pretty. We're going to use it. I love it. It's on my nails. I still think it looks like a metallic silver, right? This is her silver gel, okay? Not her cat eye, but you get the drift. I think I showed you guys this when we went live with Divock. This is season 3 of Once in a Summer. But this is her silver gel. And yeah, I think it still looks like liquid metal, even with those top coats on. So not to worry. All right, let's do another base too while we're at it. Let's use one that's a little bit more pigmented. This one is Dry Rose. I'm sure you guys have all of them. But this is going to go well with the corals. I mean, they're so lush. This is like lipstick, like a lip gloss color. How are you guys? I hope good. While we're live, feel free to ask any questions about anything on Sweetie Nail Supply, really. Does she have a gold one like this? I don't think a gold one that looks gold really exists. I really don't. I think if they could do it, they would. But most of the times those liquid golds are basically a liquid silver with a tinting gel on top. And no, if you want gold chrome, use the isolated techniques that we show you and do isolated gold chrome. That way you will not be disappointed. Trust me. Listen, if a gold one ever comes out, I will scream it at the top of my lungs 1,000,000 times, okay? Because I love gold, but I always go to a gold chrome. Yeah. Hello, Sherry. All right, so this one is Shiny Magnet number 6. This is the purple. So you see they look like really nice together. You guys could do like some skies, etc. It's just so delicate and pretty. And I'm just putting some on the tip. Now you can take an ombre brush. You don't really have to. You could even take a liner brush. And we're just going to drag some of this gel. Like we want some of these glitters because I don't have the plain shiny gel. I want it up the nail a little bit more than where we have the cat eye, right? So let's do that first. Let me see, did I take out an ombre brush? Not yet. Hold on. Alrighty. And I'm just going to flip it around. I'm looking over it through my phone. So I'm just going to tap some of this just to get a little bit of this glitter up here. Just to soften it up a little bit. I don't want a straight line across the nail, but it doesn't have to be perfect. We're going to put some of that silver gel on there anyway. Cover up any imperfections that we have, right? I always love a good cheat. But here you go. All right, so you're going to see it's very soft. Do you see how soft that is? See it? It's not a really strong magnet pull. And you're going to see it makes not like divots, but it gives shadows to the cat eye magnetic because of all those glitters in there. Right? You see what I mean? It's still really pretty. And it's still going to be really like a nice little cat eye touch at the bottom. All right? We'll do more on other ones. But yeah, it's really soft and subtle. So the cat eye's there, but it's a soft, subtle cat eye. Let's cure that. Let's go in with this coral one too. I don't even think I'll keep you guys a whole hour today. I doubt it. Good morning. Hi, Mallory. All right, so let's use this coral one. This is number 4. I'm going to give it a nice area so you can really see what's going on here. You don't have to have a syrup underneath. That's up to you. You can do something with it plain. I'll show it to you plain on something else. All right, so there's a nice amount of gel on there just to show you what's going to happen with this cat eye. You see it? It is really pretty. But it's not overwhelming or, you know, it's not distracting from the glitters underneath or the nail art, right? I'm just doing both sides and getting it away from the edges, and then I'm going to push it a little bit from the edge of the bottom too. But you see that's a nice peachy glow, corally glow. All right. I think we can pop this one in. Take that one out. All right. Should we get all our bases done first, or should we just go in with the silver gel? You guys want to see that? What magnet am I using? I am just using a round magnet. Honestly, this one I think was from Lua, one of the Lua collections from Sweetie Nail Supply. You get round magnets, really strong round magnets from Vala collections or Lua. Okay. You can also use a bar magnet if you're more comfortable with that. I tend to use bar magnets when the cat eye pigments are a lot chunkier or more glittery. But we can try it with that too, just to show you. I am going to wipe the inhibition layer really quick before we go in with the silver, but I just want to show you really quick how easy it is to use this and have it really stand out on the nail. If you wanted to, I guess we could do a clear layer first so it's not all chunky. Hold on. Let's do clear. If you don't have her clear and her top, they are excellent. And look at these brushes. Look at them. Oh, they're so good. They're so nice and precise. And when you get her gels, they come in this precious packaging. Okay, they're so cute. With a little bow. This is just the clear gel. We'll even out what we just did there. And then we can go in with the silver. Because I did put, it wasn't too much cat eye, but you know what I mean. Let's make sure that it looks nice and even before curing it. Take our coral one out. Because you can see that there is a layer there. So let's do the same here for good measure. And when I cure this one, I'll scroll back and see if I missed anything because I'm not being good at looking at comments right this second. I'm sorry. Sometimes I just get to the task and I forget to look. Gosh, a moment of silence. That's unusual in my lives. I might have to have a moment of silence when we make that little starburst too. All right, if you ever feel like it's uneven, you can always turn it upside down, tap, tap, tap. Give it a second. I don't think it was, but you know, you can always do that. I am using non-magnetic tip holders just because if a magnet is not super strong, like super reactive, because there's not that many magnetic particles in there, and you're feeling frustrated, if you're using one of these, okay, the magnets down here can sometimes be super strong. So a good idea is to maybe switch to something that is not magnetic to see if you can get a better pull. Okay, it's not a problem, right, when we're playing with our fingers, but when you're playing with just tips, that can happen. The sugar magnet, honestly, DM me. I'd have to go back and look. The shiny is going to be a little bit of flash. There's glitter. There's little, I can tell by looking at it, some of it is flash glitter and cat eye. Sugar magnet, I do not believe has any of that in there. So it's going to be a smoother magnet, but I got to re-look that up for you to answer 100%. Or maybe somebody on here knows. If you do, feel free to answer. Okay. I want to wipe this inhibition layer real quick. I was making sure I cured it. Sometimes I don't. Sometimes I think I hit the button and I didn't. All right, let's see. Let me make sure I didn't miss anything. Does she have a gold gel? Silver looks amazing. It is amazing. Okay, I think I'm caught up. All right. Let's go in with that real quick. You do, oh, see my top had been, I did take that and put it in the top, and then I just put the top back on, and it's now here. So you do have this top. I'm gonna try, oh, shoot, look guys, yikes. And I just plopped that top onto my table. That's gonna be a mess. All right, anyway, you do wanna give it a stir. Maybe that's why mine looks like that. Don't worry about it. But you see, it is a liquid silver. See it on my hand? It is definitely a beautiful liquid. Oh, you don't want to see that. That's, whoops. There you go. Oh, guys. See? And you can get super fine with it, which I love. I love the consistency. I love the viscosity of this one. You've seen us show you other liquid silvers on Sweetie Nail Supply. They are a little different, all right? And this one is really, really, really nice. Here, let's take a dotting tool and just put some little areas on this nail. All right. I just have the tiniest amount. You see how tiny you can get it? Oh, yeah. A little tiny, teeny, tiny. So little. Polka dots are really in right now, you guys. You could do like the cutest polka dots with these. They're so pretty. I love a good metallic. I also love isolated chrome. So I'm a fan of both, honestly. But these silvers, you can save some time. Let me see if I can see what I'm doing through the phone. I don't know if this will be straight, but you know the deal, right? It's pretty wonky when I'm looking at it this way. Let's do this. I usually like these thinner. All right. But I'm going to make it bigger so you can see. All right, and then we're going to do these. I'm taking what's in the center and just dragging it out. Okay, because there's still plenty of gel there. Plenty. And this would come across this way. Oh, that was fine. Who cares? You guys know me. I'm like, oh, good, good. Looks good. You don't have to keep fussing with it that much. All right, let's cure this. And let's just go in with the easy for this one. I feel like there should be more down here, don't you? Let's just leave it. Let's just leave it. Fussy. All right, let's say you just want to draw an edge. Like, okay, so we just made an area of this cat eye, right? Just a little abstract French. So you can also take this gel and just kind of squiggly draw with it. You see that fine silver line? Oh my gosh, guys, I think I need cheaters or something soon. Or maybe it's just my light. I don't know. And I'm just kind of, it really flows so well. I'm kind of going around the area that we made cat eye so that it gives it like a little nice border. And just dragging the brush. That's it. All right, so that is going to save us a ton of time instead of using a matte top coat, then going in with a no wipe, then chroming that. This does save a ton of time. Definitely. Not that I don't think isolated chrome is worth it. I definitely do. But when you can save time with a silver that's like this, yes, please. All right, so you do want to cure these 60 seconds. I'm using it very thinly, but make sure that you are definitely giving it a full cure. You want to keep a gel like this thin because it's a dense pigmented gel. Okay, so thin is good. I wear cheaters when I play with nails. It makes a huge difference. I think I need some. Or at least in this lighting today I do, because I'm like, I can't see. I'm just seeing reflections. That's not good. All right. Now, let's move on really quick. Let's use this. I love milky white. So this is nudie white, and it's always an excellent choice, right? And we're going to do two more bases. We're going to do the nudie white, and we're going to do the nudie oat. And then we're going to do something different with this one. Her white is very soft. Okay, so when you want a tint over top your natural nail, I would always say to look at her gels because they're really, really, hold on, hair. They're really, really soft and sheer. Just delicate, I would say, right? So when you want just the tint, use hers. If you want something like a super pigmented syrup, you're going to choose like Yogurt Nail Korea, okay? If you ever have questions like that, always feel free to let me know. I'm happy to help you if you DM me, okay? Cure that, and let's do the oat real quick. Hello. Happy Wednesday, guys. Look at this one. Nudie oat. This is such a pretty color. It's so minimal. I feel like her colorways are minimal like that too. They look good on everyone. And you see how non-streaky these are, right? Really, really, really beautiful syrups. All right, let's cure those. Now, let's see what happens when we put the top coat on. Okay, it is going to be a little less like liquid silver, a tad, but it doesn't dull it like, oh, well, that's ruined, because I've seen that happen. I've had gels that's happened, and it's really disappointing. So, no. We don't want that. I want it to still look nice and shiny, and this does. Okay. It's not going to look exactly like this, okay, but it still looks like a nice metal band. All right, so there's nothing wrong with your gel. You just have to protect it, right? You have to. All right. Okay. So another thing I wanted to talk to you about really quick is other products that like Ice G in white. You can find all kinds of little products that are absolutely beautiful from Nailbayo at Sweetie Nail Supply. So let's take a little bit of this. Hold on, I had that sealing protectant piece off and now it's like popped back on. So I know I'm gonna throw flakes everywhere because that happens. I feel like flakes are messy. They're totally worth it, but they are messy, right? So let's take this, it's like a greenish gray. This is number 7. And let's do this. Again, let's just kind of do like the tip. And it's definitely a greenish gray, like a sage. Right? Again, if you want to, you can drag it up a little bit. We are going to put something over top. We're going to put some flakes over top. So, it doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Let's try the bar this time. Right, if you have a bar, you're going to activate one side. You see how slight that is? You're going to activate the other side. All right. And you're going to turn it towards the center. Right, you see that moving away from the tip? You definitely want to do that. And fuss around with a little bit more. All right. So you can use whatever you got, guys. As long as it's a good one. If you've ever bought a Debach collection, you're going to get a bar magnet like this. So when you buy the full collections of magnetic gels, often they will have a magnet with the collection. All right, to use with the magnetic gels. But do you see how subtle that glow is? Really, really soft. Yeah, they are messy. I think you have to commit to being messy with flakes to really just go for it and realize you can clean up later, because they can be super messy. I'm just going to grab a little tiny cruddy brush. Hold on. And we're just going to dab some of these Ice G flakes on there, because I feel like these already look icy. They really do. These are going to be beautiful in the winter time too, right? So you see that little glow, and it's broken up by the glitter and the flakes. So it's a really pretty look. Definitely. And we'll do this one, do that guy too. Then we're going to do this. And that is no brushes required. I think it would be quick today, guys. Sometimes it's difficult to have to watch for like an hour. That's long. I want to put some of these flakes down. You see, it's going to give it a little bit more. Not everywhere, just a little bit. All right. Oh, Jesus, I can tell that was a heavy pickup. You know how you can tell, like, oh, I don't want to cover the nail. Just in some places. All right, just delicate, just like it is, delicate. Okay. Now make sure they're all down, down, down. And then we're going to do clear and a top and call that one a day. So these all work beautifully together. Absolutely. Her products always go beautifully together. So again, here's the clear. I do love these. I've gone through multiple jars of her clear and her top. Just because we just want to even out everything before we go in with the top. And we're sealing those flakes in. All right. I'm going to go around the side there. I feel like one of those flakes is just not adhering, but that's all right. Let's just give it 60. All right. And let's go in with this one. So there's a couple. There's a golden. This is number 1. This is number 2. So one is more golden and one is more copper, like a little touch. And then you get more with 3. You get a little bit more copper. See, like just like the bottles, right? I think I went in with number 2. See how pretty that is? So if you're getting a little bit tired of full nail cat eye, I don't know why you would, but if you are, remember you can always just do an area. You could do the alternative French like we just did. Or if you have trouble getting all the nails to look exactly the same on the pull, that's another thing that you can do, right? You can just do an area instead of the whole nail. I'm just pulling this up so it's nice and even. All right, because we're going to use that silver again in just a little tiny line. And let's activate this. Up, 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 up. Shake, shake, shake. All right, shake, shake, shake the other side. Oops, sorry. Got you out of frame there. All right. And again. So you want this concentrated on one side so that when you turn it, it'll move across the nail. All right. But I think you can see with this one what a cat eye does with that flash glitter in there sometimes. It does move the line of light because it's glittery, right? So that's okay. It's just a soft effect. Probably use inks with these, etc. It would all look really pretty. All right, we're just going to cure that. This one's done. Let's use her top. Just a subtle, subtle look. Very feminine. You could still paint on top of these. You could add stickers on top of these. You know, like you could do bows, etc. They're so delicate and pretty that you could do whatever you want. But you see that Ice G flake did add a little bit more reflection to this one. So don't be afraid to use all of her products together. I promise you, they'll look so delicate and pretty. So go ahead and grab your glitters from her, everything. Like you can use all of that together and create something really unique. Or your own. Let me see what we got here. Because I'm waiting on that other one to cure. Because all we're going to do is a couple lines with that silver again. That silver is really, really pretty. And then we're going to use a sponge with it, guys. That is how I did that other one. All right, so again, when we have the base color, we have this. You really don't want to go in with the silver with these two gels not really being equal on the nail. It's going to make creating thin lines much more difficult. So go ahead and take the clear and even out the nail first, okay? Just do that. Doesn't have to be perfect, but now there's not a big hump between the two gels. So it's going to allow your silver to flow a lot easier if this is a little bit more even, okay? Definitely. Worth it. Okay, you don't want to have to keep going in and erasing what you did because it's grabbing one side or the other, which is why I would definitely put a clear first. But there's so many options. You could do each nail a different color. You could do each nail a different design. All of them are going to be subtle and pretty together. Let's take this silver again. Ooh, knocking things over. Now, with the liner brush, you can see it's moving away from the tip of my nail. I mean the brush there. Do you see it moving? Okay, so this is thin enough that if you're going to do tiny, tiny areas, pick some up and work it into the brush, okay? Turn the brush, work it in there, almost like a gel polish. Not a gel paint, but a gel polish. Now, hold on. I stuck my finger in something else. Now look at my brush. Okay, it's not moving away from the tip. There's nothing worse than going to paint on something and you thinking you're touching it and it doesn't, like there's no gel there because it's worked its way up the nail. So if you work it into the brush like this, you are going to be able to get a really, 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 oh, let's wipe that inhibition layer. Oops. It's sticky. Hold on. Oh, you did? Oh, they're so nice. They're so pretty. All right, so now when we do this, you see how this flows? I mean, really easy, okay? I didn't have to do anything. Usually when I'm doing like a little swirly like here, I do make this part a little bit thicker on the end. All right. And even down here a little bit. This is where I can't see because of the light. Sorry. You get what I mean. All right. Just a little squiggle. All right. You could add stars. You could add stickers. You could add whatever you want, guys. All right. Whatever you want to do. Done. All right. That top is a no wipe top. All right, now we're going to go in and we're going to try and sponge this silver. Okay. And that is going to give us this kind of effect. All right. So to get this, there's no way I need that much gel. All right. I don't need a ton of gel. I'm actually just tapping this on the sides. You see that? Because it is super pigmented. I'm going to flip it. And I'm going to hope this works on a stand because it's a little hard to do instead of on a finger. The reason I flipped it is it already gives me that sponge that doesn't have any gel on it, okay? So that's going to be easier to ombre it up. And I'm not going to tell you that this is going to look like perfect metal, but like what a beautiful silver tip, right? I don't think it needs to look like perfect metal. And this is a very good silver gel. There are some that I've thought, nope, and never touched again. This is not one of them. I'm really enjoying it. See that? How cool is that? It's super thin. You can take it up as high as you want. And we want it a little bit more sparse up here because we're going to cover the top with the gray blue gel. Okay? I mean, how fast was that, you guys? Super fast. We're going to top coat this. Where's my top? Here it is. I think you'll still find these under new releases, but Sweetie Nail Supply puts up so much stuff. So many new things coming in all the time. If you have trouble, just let us know, but you should be able to look it up under her brand. Okay. Like I said, you can get them individually. They're just lovely. We definitely want to make sure that this silver one cures before we start going in with other stuff. But this is number 8, and it is a blue-gray. Definitely like a little bit of a light blue to it, but it's definitely a blue-gray. Definitely like a silver, which will go beautifully with that. All right. Where did I put that? I don't want to cure this anywhere near the pot That would be sad, wouldn't it? If I just cured my pot. Not a good idea. All right, so let's do this right on top. And this time we're going in from the top, okay? Twinkle, twinkle. And it doesn't matter that it's going over top. We're going to drag it anyway down the nail. Like I said, if you can use an ombre brush or you can just use a liner, okay? You can just use a liner to drag some pieces out. We just don't want it sitting like that. That looked terrible. But we want some of the twinkly bits to be a little bit further down on the nail, right? And we don't want it heavy on the sides. No one likes a bulky nail. No. Okay. Now let's activate that cat eye again. Oh, wrong side. That's another magnet that's really, really good, is the Blanc Bonk magnet. That's really lovely. So just fuss with it, guys. Hold on, I gotta turn it around. Fuss, fuss, fuss. I mean, it's almost like the twinkling parts are good enough, right? You don't even have to activate the cat eye to make it pretty, for sure. That's why the individual glitter gel is also available. And this one 100% needs like that clear to make all this blend beautifully, because this one does not look like this, but it did at this stage of the game. Okay. So shake, shake, shake. Get that glitter, get that going. All right. Hi, Claudia. All right, so it is, again, it's a subtle cat eye. Very subtle. You want that twinkly. Let's get it going here. Let's cure that. You want the twinkle bits. You want all of that working for you. And it doesn't matter that the cat eye is a little bit interrupted because the cat eye is super soft. Ooh, if I could turn my camera, I'd show you. Let me see if I can show you. See what happened when I dumped that on the table upside down? Whoops. That's going to be a little cleanup right there. So be careful with these. They can be a little bit messy. If you do what I did and just plop that top down on the table, which is going to drive me crazy because I'll keep doing this. See? All right, just wipe it up. We're going to wipe that up while that's curing. Oh, that came up real nice. All right. Too much going on here. All right. You could add a diamond to the center of your starburst. You could do whatever you want, you guys. You could add a pearl. You could add glitter, like heavy glitter right there. Whatever you want to do. You did the same too. I just flipped it and it just went whoop, right on the side. Whoopsies. It's all right. It's all right. But yeah, really pretty. Oh, what happened here? No, I cured that. All right. All right. What are we doing? We're going to do a clear, and then we're going to do a top. Claudia just asked, do you like using the liner versus chrome powder? And you've been looking at getting the liner. I would say for silvers, get the liner. I feel like there are good silvers out there, okay, that yes, it's going to dull a little bit, okay, it's a gel, it's not chrome. So it's going to a little tiny bit. I mean, I know, I see people like, oh, well, that changed the look of it. The tiniest amount, okay? So be reasonable. If it took it from this to like flat, which I've seen happen, then we'd have a problem. It does not. It's still a beautiful metal chrome. And I love silver like this. If I had to, this is her silver liner. If I had to do this with isolated chrome, it would take me a lot more time. I mean, look at me, guys. I did both hands. I never do that. I usually poop out on my right because I'm tired by the time I do this one. But yeah, it's worth it. And yes, this did look like that bottle, like the jar. It looks like liquid silver. And then the top coat takes it down a notch, like a notch. But I still think this looks like metallic silver. This does not look dull. And it saved me a ton of time. Okay? I think it still looks really... And remember, these aren't new. I've had these on for a while. You can see by my grow out. It's held up beautifully. And it's just her top coat on there. So, yeah. I think so. I think they're totally worth it. For silver little details, I mean, heck, just to make a dot like this or like this, yeah, worth. Totally worth. Yep. Right now we have to do a top coat on here. But I think that's it, you guys. Like, I just wanted to show you the colors, different things that you can do, how it is a really subtle cat eye effect. It is not a ton of cat eye pigment in there, not a ton of magnetic particles in there. And that is on purpose, right? So it gives you a softer hint of cat eye instead of all over like, wah, right? All right. I think I pushed this one up further. But you get it. You can play with it more. Fool around with it. Yeah, it looks really good with the top coat. I mean, if I'm being really critical, yes, it takes it down a notch, but I'd say 1% compared to some that I see take it down to 50% or ones that I just really have never grabbed again. So it is very good. The difference between it and the Favori silver, because I know a lot of you guys got the metal object, this is much thicker. So this is not something that you can, yeah, I think it says 8. Does it say 8? Yeah. This is much thicker. This is a lot. This, you can do some details, but the consistency of it, the viscosity, much thicker gel. So I like having both for different things, but yeah, that's 8. I'll have to look into that for you. If you can't find it, please send me a DM and I'll check for you. Again, you guys, I am Inspo by Nails. I think you guys know this by now, but here, I'll put it here just in case and pin it. Inspo by Nails. And I'm Lauren. And I'm pinning that just in case you guys don't know. Or you need me for something, or you have questions about sweeties. Go ahead and let me know. But then, yeah, thank you. Thank you for hopping on. I will be happy to help you, after this live or anytime, honestly. I'm on here all the time, guys. So if you need anything, let me know. And I will talk to you super soon. Have a great rest of the week. Bye, guys.